Hello. Welcome back to another Yap Gaming session. Today's rant is going to be the rant that I briefly talked about in my last video. And in case you didn't watch my last video, it's pretty much the rant on how I lost my entire friend group. Where do we begin? I mean, fuck. There's a lot to begin if we're being honest. A lot of fuckery happened there. We'll start from the beginning. Obviously, I'm not going to blur out anyone's names. I'm just going to say it how it is. So, yeah. Just know that the main protagonist in this story is going to be me, K, aka my girlfriend, R, Kyle, E for Emily, and Jasmine. R is for Renz, by the way, in case anyone's wondering. So where do we begin? So to start from the beginning, me and Renz were friends before I actually got introduced to the rest of the people. Before I got introduced to my girlfriend, before I got introduced to Emily, Kyle, and Jasmine. I did not know them until Renz. I met Renz in high school. We go back a long time from high school. We were friends in high school, and then we stopped talking after graduation, and then out of nowhere we started talking to him again. It just kind of happened. It just is what it is. And after we rekindled our friendship back in after we got out of high school, he decided to make me join his friend group. At the time, they had a pest named Catherine, which was really toxic in their friend group and would always do, not friendship type shit. So Renz got me to come into the friend group originally just to get rid of Catherine. That was the ideal plan, is just for me to come in, get rid of Catherine, because I'm pretty good at doing that. And Renz had faith that I can do it because I don't take shit from nobody. And yeah. So, anyways, we do that so that I'm gonna say like 3-4 months pass, and Catherine gets kicked out the group. They finally open their eyes, and I make them realize that Catherine's a toxic shit. But at the time, I should have realized it. But so instead of actually giving her a fair trial, actually talking to her and discussing, the reasons why they are feeling this way or anything along the sorts, they just ghost her completely ghost her. There's no communication. They just completely stopped talking to her. They just ghosted. Mind you, like a week before, they were talking like normal. They were texting back her. They were texting her back. They were talking to her. They were calling her. But as soon as they like figured it out, and I told them, immediately they switched up. They were like, "Okay, we're just not going to talk to this person. We're not going to bother to give this person a chance to talk and give their side of the story. No, 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 no. We're just going to completely ghost them and stop talking to them." At the time, I should have realized that these 4 individuals are bad people solely because they did that. Am I a bad person because I helped them kick somebody out of their group? Yes, I absolutely am. And you know what? I don't blame you guys if you guys see it as that way, because it's true. It's true. I am technically a very bad person because I helped them do something that probably wasn't right, because they probably could have talked about it, if I'm being completely honest. And yeah, I do feel bad about Catherine and about what happened with that whole situation. Anyways, fast forward. So now we're going to be in the present time of most recent. So we're going to say like, I'm going to say 3 months ago from this. So I'm going to say around March, I believe. March, somewhat March. We fast forward and we go. I've already been friends with them for a while now. We go on hangouts, we go in person, we play games together. Like we're hanging out, like we're a friend group. You know what I'm saying? We're always hanging out. Now the most important thing you want to take out of this is the fact that me, Renz, and Kylie, or my girlfriend, always are hanging out. So it's like the three musketeers out of the friend group, right? Because everybody has, in the friend group, they have also the people that they fuck with harder, or they play with more, or they see more. Me, Renz, and her were those three musketeers. We always saw each other more. We hung out with each other more. We were the three musketeers in a sense, right? So whenever we did go out, just to keep in mind, whenever we did go out, we did invite the entire friend group at first. At first, I invited when we used to go, whether it was going eating or just chilling at my house, or we had actually things to do, activities planned, like I don't know, jump Sky Zone, etc. we would invite the whole group. So me and my girlfriend would text, Kyle, Jazz, Emily, and Renz. In the beginning, we used to do that all the time. We used to ask, like, hey, we're gonna go out. Do you want to come out today? Mind you, I'm not gonna lie, we never planned it out. It just kind of happened on the day of. So I understand that a lot of it was just like, oh shit, gotta like, you know what I'm saying? Like I completely get that. I get it. But at the same time, it's just kind of like it's not like really we plan for it. It just kind of happens that way, It falls in our lap that way. Anyways, we started noticing a pattern every time we started inviting people in that friend group. So Jasmine and Kyle will always decline. Always decline. It was very rare for them to actually come out and bother to actually come and hang out with us. It was very rare for them. And as far as Jazz goes, she had an actual excuse. She was in school, she was a nursing student, so she was busy and she probably got really tired. To be fair though, my girlfriend was also a nursing student and she still went out of her way to, make time. But that's beyond the point. Okay. Keep in mind, all these people are Asian, okay? I'm the only not Asian one in this group. So keep that completely in mind. I am the only not Asian, everyone else is Asian. Everyone else is Asian in that group. So, and then as far as Kyle's excuse was, I can't go because I'm going on a family trip. That was his excuse every single time without fail. Every single time. Or A or B, I don't feel like it. I don't really want to go. Like, oh, you guys are only doing that. I don't want to do that. So he won't go. And like, you know what? Okay, fine. Understandable. But he did it every single time. And I mean every single time. And 9 times out of 10, you know what Kyle wanted to do whenever he wanted to go out? He wanted to go to a cafe, sit down, and do school. He didn't want to do any kind of like activity. He didn't want to hang out. He didn't want to go eat. Like, you know what I mean? Like all he wanted to do was he was a coffee addict. So all he wanted to do was sit in a cafe and be one of those aesthetic Asians where like, hey, I'm in a cafe, so look at me. I'm so like cool and aesthetic. Oh man, I'm such a hipster. Just keep in mind that I absolutely hate Kyle with my guts. So there is gonna be a little more exaggeration whenever he's brought up because I fucking hate him. Plain and simple. Anyways, so that's the type of person Kyle was. So after a while, and then as far as Emily goes, she was 50-50. So she honestly, she was probably the one that actually wanted to come and hang out with us, and she just genuinely couldn't. She had fun hanging out with us. Not trying to like be that type of person, but I'm not gonna lie, a lot of them had fun when they came and hang out with us. Plain and simple. But she had fun hanging out with us. It would always be 50-50 with her. Sometimes she would be able to come, sometimes she wouldn't. But I can confidently tell you that she never declined us if she didn't want to go. If she didn't want to go, she would tell us straight up, or she would actually have something to do. Never held it against her. Never did anything like that. Fast forward, we after we kept going out, right? It was usually me, Renz, and her, and my girlfriend, and usually Emily from time to time. We stopped inviting Kyle and Jasmine. We completely did. I did personally. I stopped inviting them. I stopped texting them, asking if they wanted to go out, simply because you declined me every single time. So what's the point of asking you if you're going to come if you don't want to come? You don't want to come hang out with us. Let's just keep it a buck. You just don't. So every single time I'm asking them, hey, you want to go out? Hey, we're going out. And even when I give them like a day to prep or like a day in advance, they still don't either A, they don't respond to me, or B, they don't respond to me. Or they just simply don't go. Or either A, my girlfriend will text them and they will reply to my girlfriend and I'll reply to me. And it's just like, bro, what the fuck? Like you can like I'm also a person here, like I have feelings too. But yeah, so I stopped inviting them completely. Okay. Now, I guess that offended them because of that. So don't worry, this is going to be important to the later on in the story. Trust me. So fast forward, we're at Renz's birthday party. Okay, we're at Renz's birthday. All of us are coming out. It's me, Kyle, Emily, Renz, and my girlfriend. So it's 5 of us. Yeah, 5 of us. Yeah. Anyways, it's the 5 of us. Jazz couldn't make it because she doesn't care. Plain and simple. I'm sorry, but that girl did not give a single fuck about the friendship. She didn't bother to even stay friends with anybody. She fucking went in her own circle. And instead, she, not to like blame mental health, like mental health, or like people that have that, it's just like there's a point in time where it's just like, okay, I get it. And then there's a point in time where you're like, okay, now you're just using it as an excuse to not do anything in your life. She was using it as an excuse. And the reason for hers is because she's a lesbian. She's gay, but she doesn't want to come out as gay because her parents don't accept that. Same with Kyle. They're both gay. But they don't want to accept the fact that they're gay because so they say they're bi. And in a sense, they get angry or rude or mad about it when I say certain things as a straight person to make a sense in my head. Mind you, at the time, I wasn't really like, I didn't really know a lot about the bi thing and the gay thing. Like, it was very new to me. I'm not from the States, so this is very new. So I would think of a definition in my head on like how exactly what they are so I don't offend them. So in my head, I would think, okay, so Kyle is gay because he likes boys, but he also likes girls, but he prefers guys. So in my head, if, for example, Renz is gay, okay, and whenever there's a hot guy, yes, I looked at guys for Renz and I was like, Renz, look at that hot guy. I did that. No shame. While I was dating my girlfriend and she saw it. No shame. You want to know why? Because I supported him and I was his genuine friend. And even after my own sexuality, I put my own sexuality aside and I made sure that he felt comfortable and hyped to talk about guys with me. Did he ever talk about guys with me? No, he didn't. But point is that I would point out guys for Renz and be like, look at that hot ass guy over there. Look at how thick his ass is. I would say shit like that. I know it's gay. I know it is. I don't care. I was doing it for him because he's my friend. I wanted to make sure that he was comfortable with me. So, in turn, I would like to do the same with Kyle and Jasmine. So I asked them what their preferences was. Like what did they prefer more? Come to realize, they both tell me they prefer the same gender over the opposite sex. So in my head, I'm like, okay, so there's no point of me saying anything about girls. I mean, yeah, there is, but really it's mainly about guys instead of girls. So then I go out of my way and I do that. You know what I'm saying? They got offended by that because I'm putting them in a box because they're actually bi and it's offending them that I don't talk about the other sex because they are bi. Which I mean, I guess, but I said okay and I never mentioned it again. Mind you, me and Ren's relationship, we would make fun of each other because of our sexuality. Yes, I understand where that is. He would call me a straggot. We would make fun of each other. That's just how our relationship was. It was, in a sense, the only time Renz could be masculine instead of being homo, if that makes sense. And he said it in his own words. It felt nice to like be able to do that and not be like attacked because of that, if that makes sense. So that's how me and Ren's friendship was. So we would always like whenever, no matter who's around, I would always joke about that stuff with Ren's, whether it was in front of Kyle and Jasmine or not. They didn't like that. They found it offensive, despite the fact that they're not being talked about or even like acknowledged. So keep that in mind. Now, back to Ren's birthday party. So we're at Ren's birthday party now, and we went to Korean barbecue. I hate Korean barbecue personally. I don't like it. I never liked it. I don't like it. So we go to Korean barbecue, even because it's Ren's birthday. Mind you, before we went to Korean barbecue, we went to like 5 different places. And at the time, I'm completely fine with driving people. I like driving personally, and I'm fine with driving people. I don't have a complete problem with it. A problem started arising when they didn't know where to go and they kept sending me in circles. So, for example, we would go to this K-pop shop in Spot A, right? They were like, okay, let's go to this K-pop shop. We go to this K-pop shop. Now I'm driving out, all right, to the next spot they want to go to, and point A is, let's say it's close to my house, okay? And point B is close to my girlfriend's house. My girlfriend's house is about 10, 15 minutes away from me. So now I'm driving to point B to the other spot we're going to, and halfway there, like, actually, can we go back to, let's go to this place. Now this place is next to point A because they couldn't decide it. So I went back and forth. Now I let it slide the first 2 times. They did it a total of 5 times to me. and I kept driving back in circles. I kept going in a square. Circles, 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 circles. Mind you, this is Renz's birthday, okay? Keep this in mind. This is Renz's birthday. Renz Renz is the type of person where he's very selfless. He doesn't care where we go as long as we're spending time with each other as friends. And the problem with that is that he then lets Kyle get in the thing. And if it's not Kyle's way, he throws a bitch fit. Kyle's a rich boy. Plain and simple. He grew up privileged. He grew up with a golden spoon in his fucking mouth. All these people have a good amount of money. They're pretty wealthy. They don't really know what it's like to be ghetto or poor. But Kyle is the biggest fender of them all because he goes on family vacation seems like every fucking week. Anyways, he's not used to that. He's used to pretty much a driver driving him anywhere he wants, whenever he wants, whether it's in circles or not, and not getting offended by it. So I got pissed, right? And I obviously Ren sees that I'm visibly pissed, so he finally like, okay, well let's go to this spot and then we'll go eat, because he realizes that I'm getting pissed off because Kyle wants to fucking take the wheel of a birthday party that isn't his. It's not his birthday, but he doesn't understand that. It's always about him, because if it's not about him, he doesn't give a fuck about anyone else. Kyle's a very selfish fucking person. Very selfish. Anyways, so after a while, we finally get to the fucking last destination we go to before we go to Korean barbecue. Fast forward. Now we're at the Korean barbecue, okay? Mind you, I paid for it. I paid for everything with them. They owe me a lot of money. Like a lot of fucking money. I paid for a lot of their things. Kyle included, fucking rich boy. I paid for a lot of their things. And even after their friendship ended, I never asked for compensation. But I paid for a lot of the things. In a sense, I was the oldest there, so I paid for a lot of things. I'm the one that, I paid for gas. I never asked him for gas money ever. I've never asked him for gas money. Okay? Up until this recent point that's about to come up. So, we're at the Korean barbecue, okay? We're eating. Mind you, like I said, I don't eat that shit. So I ordered sushi. Mind you, the sushi was shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't eat that shit, so I don't like it. So I ate sushi. And I stood there and I waited. I ate with them because I don't like that place, but I still went because Renz wanted to go. So while we're at the table, we're waiting for our food to come. I look at Kyle and I look at Emily. Emily always rides with me, okay? Keep this in mind. She's always riding with me. So I don't really have a big problem with her, you know, as far as the pain goes. Um, but I look at them and I'm like, hey, send me like $10 for gas. And and then I said, and right after that, I said, I'm not trying to be mean, or I'm not trying to be a dick or anyway, or I'm not trying to say it in a rude way. That's not how I'm trying to convey it. I'm just kindly asking you guys for gas money. $10. You know what? It doesn't even have to be $10. It can be 5. I said it. I said that right after I said that. Okay, right afterwards, because I know my tone and the way I talk, it's very angry like, and I understand that completely. So I try to make it seem like I'm not talking like that. I even told Renz, I was like, Renz, you like, can you help me here? Like, I'm trying to like make sure that they know that I'm not trying to be like, I'm not trying to be like that type of person, right? He's like, no, yeah, I got it. Like, he's not trying to. He's just like, he helps me, like, helps them understand that I'm not trying to be like that. Now, Kyle took it a different way. He was like, rude, and I was like, rude. I was like, bro, how's that being rude? All I'm asking is for gas money. I never ask you for guys for gas money. Mind you, this is the first time Kyle rode with me. And I get how it looks, but I promise you that's not the reason why I asked him for gas money. Up until this point, I actually didn't have a problem with Kyle. I didn't. The only reason why I asked for gas money was because they kept making me drive in circles. That was the entire reason why I even bothered to ask. Anyways, so me and Kyle get at it, okay? He's saying that's rude and da 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 this, and you should have waited after we were done. I was like, bro, we're not even eating. We're sitting there waiting for our food to come. I was like, what other time would you like me to do this? Anyways, so yeah, and then after a while it calms down, okay? And then we finish the night, okay? I dropped them all back off. I picked them all up and I dropped them all off. Mind you, I didn't get home till like 1 to 2 o'clock in the fucking morning afterwards. 1 to 2 o'clock in the morning, I had to drop everybody off. And mind you, they all live different places, okay? Me and Renz live next to each other. My girlfriend lives more 10 minutes away from me. Emily lives like 15. And Kyle lives 25 minutes away from me. So I'm going to all their houses. And the way I did it is I dropped Kyle off first because he's the farthest, and I went down the line. And yes, I did drop my girlfriend off, and because I wanted to talk to Renz 101 because it was his birthday and like to explain stuff. Now, unfortunately, it seems like my gameplay is about to run out. So this is going to be part 1 of it. I will release part 2 very shortly because I'm in the middle of a conversation. So just remember, keep in mind that me and Renz are in the car alone now, okay? After the birthday party celebration. Okay? I will see you guys in part 2. It's a good story, so I would stick around to the end, and if you liked it, leave a like, leave a comment. Thank you